Good morning and welcome to United Way for Southeastern Michigan's virtual town hall. My name is Audrey Walker and today we will be joined by Sean Skane, who will provide information about accessing utility assistance. Sean will answer your questions during the last 10 minutes of today's town hall, so please leave your questions in the Q&A box if you're watching on Zoom or in the comment box on Facebook. Now I'd like to give a warm welcome to United Way's President and CEO, Dr. Darian Hudson, to say a few words.
Thank you, Audrey, and good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on our weekly town hall. As you all have probably noticed, we've had a recent stretch of warm weather, but now we're starting to get into the true fall season and starting to see some cold days emerging. So today's topic is more important than ever. For many of our families, these cold months make it very difficult to afford utility bills. So we wanted to share some information and resources with all of you about utility assistance and specifically the Michigan Energy Assistance Program known as MEEP. We are joined today by Sean Skane, who is our MEEP Program Administrator with United Way for Southeastern Michigan. Sean is responsible for managing and coordinating all aspects of project deliverables and outcomes for the MEEP program at United Way. Throughout his 5 years here, Sean has led various projects to implement new strategies and systems focused on making utility assistance more customer-centric and family-focused. Prior to joining United Way, Sean served in AmeriCorps and was an assistant to the executive director for Teach for America Detroit and worked as a field organizer for President Obama's campaigns in 2008 and 2012. Sean has a bachelor's degree from Wayne State in public affairs, specializing in urban policy and city management. And so we are grateful to have him as part of our team at United Way, and so glad that you've joined us today at our town hall, Sean. So with that, I will turn the floor over to you and welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hudson. I appreciate the welcome. And you know, just what a timely conversation this really is right now. So if we want to, here we go, there's the slides. So, you know, really just want to go and, you know, talk about first, you know, just what a timely, you know, conversation this is, you know, as this pandemic continues on and as the weather begins to get colder, as Dr. Hudson was, you know, stating, you know, I think now is the best time to apply for utility assistance. So I just want to stress, you know, if you're watching this, if you're, you know, wondering, how am I going to pay my next bill? Or, you know, if it's not you, you know, probably somebody in your network or your family is starting to think about that. There is help out there, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, which is our MEEP program here. So MEEP, it stands for the Michigan Energy Assistance Program. And really what this program is, it's a statewide program created to help eligible households with their electric and gas bills. You know, we protect households from shutoffs, late fees, and high monthly payments. And we really want to assist households with paying off any past due balances they may have too. So, you know, some clients come to us and it's been, you know, like they have a balance that's been building over time with their utility company. So we always think of MEEP as, you know, that's really where you can get a fresh start with your utility company. And we can get those, you know, balances down to zero and make sure that we can, you know, get you on track to for success with your utility bills. We also offer application assistance to make the process easy for your household. And we offer connection to services to maintain success while enrolled, which we'll talk about both of those things too. We can go to the next slide. So, you know, one of the biggest questions we get is really, how does MEEP help me with financial assistance? What does that look like? So I want to break that down into the two different types of assistance that, you know, we give out, that we provide. So the first is one-time payment assistance. So this would be an eligible household would come to us, they're behind on, you know, on their bill is past due. We can issue up to $2,000 for a one-time payment to make sure that they get back on track. The second type of assistance is a affordable payment plan enrollment. So if you've ever heard of DTE's LSP program or Consumers Care program or SEMCO's MAP program, this is, you know, we call those affordable payment plans. But the benefit of enrolling into one of these affordable payment plans is that you continue to receive assistance over a 2-year period. So it's not just one time. For 2 years, you're going to continue receiving assistance while you are enrolled in this program. You are given an affordable monthly payment for the 2-year period. In many cases, this is a fixed payment, so you will see the same payment every month that you are enrolled. So whether it's $95 or $130, there's a few different plans out there, which is great. But then MEEP makes payments towards your account each month. And what we do, so let's say we're in the winter months and your actual bill would have been $300 and your payment is $100, we'll pay that $200 to make sure that you don't accrue any more of a past due balance. So it's really a great program to make sure that you're not building any more past due. But your past due balance is frozen, and that balance is paid off over the 2-year period as you continue to make payments. So over 2 years of being in an affordable payment plan, when you graduate from that program, you will no longer have any past due balance with your utility company, and you can start fresh, which is just really a great thing for many clients who come in and seek this assistance from us. Next slide. So, one of the other biggest questions we always see is, how do I apply for MEEP? So one thing I really want to stress just from the onset is that if you need assistance with any of the below application steps, you can call 844-211-4994 for assistance. And that's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to put that number in the chat so that you have that number. But I would encourage you, if you're looking at this and you're saying, oh, that's a lot of steps, or I'm not really sure how to navigate that, or if you go to the website and it looks confusing for any reason, please give us a call. We would love to help you with this. But really, the first step in the application is to apply for state emergency relief. The URL is right there. It's newmybridges.michigan.gov. But really, when you're applying for state emergency relief, you want to indicate that you're applying for assistance also with your utilities, your energy bills. Once you are approved for state emergency relief, we ask that you apply for MEEP assistance. And you can do that at usum.smapply.org. Again, we can help with that application as well through that 844-211-4994 number. But really, that application is for further assistance or enrollment into one of those affordable payment plans that we were talking about on the last slide. So really just a way to add to that initial assistance from the state emergency relief application. You can get further assistance with the MEEP application as well. So you'll receive your MEEP application decision. We do that within 10 days, so you'll know whether you were approved. If we need any more information, or if you didn't qualify. But even if you didn't qualify, I just want to stress that there are other programs and there are more resources out there. So we always add a connection to call our 211 number here at United Way, where we can connect you to other resources and services that may be able to assist you as well. And we encourage you during the application process to schedule a success planning appointment with one of our care coordinators. And this is something, our success planning is a hugely important part of our program, and we'll be talking about that in one of the next slides here too. So you can go to the next slide. So right here, so what is success planning and how can that help me? In addition to that financial assistance we were talking about, United Way for Southeastern Michigan offers success planning to all households that apply for MEEP. And we can help you get support and resources to find a job or a better job, get enrolled in additional benefits, get help with transportation to work, reduce your debt and improve your credit, manage your money like a pro so you have less stress and fewer overdue bills, and connect you to a home energy audit and weatherization programs that will allow you to reduce your energy consumption. So all of these things here, we have success planning coordinators who are trained and they are ready to talk with you about your individual goals and really get you connected to where you would like to go and provide any resources that might be able to assist you there as well. Next slide. So how do I schedule a success planning appointment? So scheduling a success planning appointment, it's really simple. It can be done during or after your application process. And that's through our online portal. It's usum.smapply.org or by calling 844-211-4994. So during the application process, while you're going through, we actually have a prompt whether you would like to schedule one of those appointments, which connects to an online scheduler. And then you can, just schedule yourself in and we'll have somebody contact you. If you call our line, one of our associates can assist you with scheduling one of those appointments. And then all of these appointments currently take place over the phone, and we can connect you to these resources virtually during this pandemic, to ease any concerns of, coming in close contact or having to go somewhere during this COVID pandemic. We have designed everything now to be over the phone or virtual so that we're providing, adequate assistance. Next slide. All right, and then I would just say, we're going to open it up for questions, but I really want to just stress, if you're facing something right now, or if you have, a bill and you're wondering, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay this? And you're unsure of where to begin, call 211 at any time to speak to an information or referral specialist. That's really just, some of the advice I can give there as well. But I'm open to take questions as well.
Great, thanks so much, Sean. And just want to let everybody know that you can put your questions in the chat box if you haven't already. I just wanted to confirm something real quick too. If you are denied for state emergency relief, can you still apply for MEEP, or is that something that you need in order to do that?
That's a great question, Audrey. And the answer is that if you are denied for state emergency relief, you cannot qualify for MEEP assistance. So that is one of the qualifications and the necessary qualifications for MEEP assistance. But again, if you're denied for state emergency relief and you're still facing, some sort of crisis and you're wondering where to go, I would encourage you to call 211, and they would be able to connect you with additional resources that might be able to help you.
Okay, great. And then if you need help applying for state emergency relief, can you use that MEEP phone number that you had offered, or would it be more helpful to dial 211, or is there another resource?
Absolutely. So you can use that MEEP phone number. We are MyBridges navigators in our MEEP department. So we will help people with applying for that state emergency relief application. They'll walk you through it. They'll let you know everything that you have to submit, and they'll fill out the entire application for you. So it's really a great service that they offer through that MEEP assistance line.
Okay. And then just to confirm as well, as far as these payment assistant programs go, you had mentioned there were two different supports. One was a one-time payment up to $2,000. How is that
Exactly.
how is that determined? Is it just case by case, or is there a certain quality?
It is case by case. Yeah. So what we look at is the total amount of past due balance on each account. So when they're applying, we can't pay more than that, but it would be up to $2,000. So if somebody owes more than $2,000, we would be able to pay up to $2,000. But let's say somebody owed $500 on their account in a past due balance, we would be able to pay that $500 for them in the one-time payment.
Okay. And then can you only do either one? You can't do both, like do the one-time payment and get enrolled in a assistance plan? It would be one or the other, right?
You can. For most people, we would recommend, if you're interested in enrolling into an affordable payment plan, to just go that route. But for some special cases, we do see some people where we provide both types of assistance, especially if they have a very high account balance.
And does this also apply the outstanding bills for services that have been disconnected?
This is for active accounts. So if you are disconnected, though, we still recommend that you reach out, because in many cases, especially if it's a recent disconnection, if we will advocate on your behalf to the utility companies and say that we are helping you through the application process, and we will see what we can do to help you get reconnected so that we can continue and finish the application process.
Sure. And then for applying for these programs, are there specific, like, common mistakes or errors that you see that we can identify here to help people out?
Yeah, I would say, the biggest things is on the state emergency relief application side, they ask for, a lot of information that pertain to, the amount of income that you've received in the last 30 days, and, just some documentation around that. So I would just make sure, as you're going to apply for these programs, and especially on the state emergency relief side, to bring, all documentation that you have. And if you get a message from your caseworker requesting something else, just make sure that you're constantly checking during your application period, so that they don't think that you're just not going to respond to that, so that you're uploading everything that you need to. But again, if you call our assistance line, where we will help you process the application and fill the application out, we can ensure just from the start that they have everything that they need, and we can advocate on your behalf too.
That's great. And so are there any income limits for a program like LSP or CARES or MEEP?
Yes, there are. So you have to meet the state emergency relief eligibility requirements for energy assistance, which is 150% of the federal poverty level or below for the income limit. Now, as far as particular numbers, it varies by your household size and the amount of income that you have or that you're receiving within your household. So you will see, a little bit of differences there. But if you have any questions about, specifics to your individual household, I would recommend calling our line. We'd be able to, for your household, give you, a basic idea of whether you would be eligible and qualify or not.
That's very helpful. And then how many times a year can you apply, and are some months better to apply than others? I know we're really encouraging people to do this right now before we get into the full winter season, but if you could speak to that, it'd be great.
Yeah. So if you're enrolling into something like a affordable payment plan, if it's DTE's LSP program or Consumers Care program or Semco's MAP program or one of the other plans, you can only enroll into one of those once per year. But once you are enrolled in that, that's a 2-year program. So you don't have to apply for anything, in next year as well. You can just continue to be enrolled in that, which is great. If you are getting a one-time assistance payment, if you haven't hit that $2,000 threshold, you can apply multiple times if you find yourself in a crisis again.
And so is the payment plan that you mentioned, which is a 2-year period, is that like a shut-off protection plan? Is that what you would call that?
It's a little bit different than shut-off protection. So shut-off protection is a budget program through your utility company, where if you sign up for that, it protects you from shut-off, but you still continue to accrue arrears balance based on your usage. What the MEEP program does that's different is that you will not continue to grow any past due balance on your account. In fact, it will actually start to get paid off. So really, the MEEP program is it's a step up from a program like shut-off protection. It does protect you from shut-off, and it does ensure that you're not falling behind on your bill anymore. But at the same time, it's paying off any past due balance so that you can start really just fresh with your utility company after 2 years.
So if you're currently enrolled in a shut-off protection plan, can you apply, or will you qualify for one of these payment assistance programs?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we encourage you, if you're in SPP or a shut-off protection program, to apply for state emergency relief and to apply for MEEP. They do look at those on a case-by-case basis, and sometimes they will deny certain individuals who are on a shut-off protection program. But MDHHS has been, revisiting their policy, and they have been accepting more people who are on a shut-off protection program for state emergency relief. So we do encourage you to apply. And also, if you were denied because of, a reason such as you were on a shut-off protection program, give us a call, talk with us, and we can see if we can advocate for you as well, just to make sure that that we're getting you the assistance that you need, and that's the best assistance for you.
That's great. And then for you, for the account that you have, does the account at the address would it need to be in my name in order to apply? What are some of the specifics around that?
So if the account would have to be in your name or the name of your spouse, but really it should be the account holder who's applying for the assistance. So if it's in somebody else's name, I think the best thing to do would be encourage them also to apply and have this application be in their name too.
Okay. Now, oh, go ahead.
No,
Okay.
that was it. Yep.
So, with the current climate, with COVID spiking, with increased unemployment and families struggling to meet basic needs, have there been any changes or additional options for families this year? For example, what if I'm not eligible income wise, but, I'm down on my luck right now, or I can't do it right now? Is there any changes based on that?
So far, we have seen some things in prior months that have expired for now. So, but as this continues, the pandemic continues to, to evolve, and it's, we're getting into a place where a lot of things are shutting down again. I would keep an eye out for certain things like that. But for now, it looks like everything is, really staying the same as we've had in prior years. But we do have availability to get people enrolled. We do have availability to provide that assistance. So, we've been, just really focused on how do we make sure that the most, as many people as possible are getting the information they need.
Right.
For the question that, if you're not eligible income wise, and if you meet all the other requirements, I would recommend, it might not be that MEEP is the best program, but if you call 211, there might be other programs out there that would be able to assist you, and our information and referral experts, they have the most up-to-date information about programs that are out there right now, and they would love to talk to you to hear, about your situation and get you connected with a place that may be able to help.
And are there any specific deadlines that people should be aware of for certain applications?
So I think we're accepting applications year round right now. So we started for this year, we haven't stopped really, but October 1st to October 1st or to September 30th is our application window time. But like I said earlier, if you find yourself in a position where you feel like, you might be falling behind, we encourage you to apply as soon as possible. We have seen a surge of people reaching out to us. I think, the pandemic and everything else has a lot to do with it. So, as we're getting more and more people, reaching out to us, I would encourage everybody else, please, just if you apply early, we can help you with it. We can get you enrolled, and then we can, ease that burden, or hopefully ease that burden for you.
Mm-hmm. And you keep talking about the MEEP phone number, 844-211-4994. But for those that may not have access, I don't know if they're, you talk about virtual appointments and over the phone. Are there any places people can go for a walk-in appointment, or is it basically over the phone and virtual?
So currently at United Way, we're doing over the phone and virtual. I think, there are some organizations that I've heard that are doing in-person assistance appointments as well. But I would encourage, if over the phone or virtual doesn't work for you, and you're looking for that kind of walk-in assistance, I would encourage you to call 211 and see if there's a place that has a walk-in center that's currently open in your area that may be able to help you.
And when you make one of these appointments, what's something you can expect from the call or the virtual appointment?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're making a success planning appointment and we're doing a virtual appointment, our success planning coordinators will reach out to you. They'll give you a call. They'll talk through, what are your goals? What are you looking to accomplish while you're, enrolled into the MEEP program? And how can we help you best as far as getting connected to other resources that might be able to help you, or, job training, financial coaching, and everything else. We have specialized, resources and referrals that, we have in our program that may be able to help our clients even further. And we're really just there to help in that way. But if you call our 844-211-4994 number, if it's not a virtual appointment, that is, really just calling. We take, the first caller first. You don't have to set an appointment for that number. And really just, we can talk to you about your current situation. We can explore options with you. We can help you apply for the state emergency relief application and the United Way application for MEEP assistance as well.
Great. And I know we've been talking about a lot of different energy assistance programs. There's MEEP, there's LSP. You know, can you just explain a little bit about what the difference is, and if there's a specific monthly payment that people could expect? Or I know you said it's a case by case.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And I know there's so many acronyms and programs out there. Uh, so I just want to, make it clear though that, state emergency relief is, really the first place that you start, and that's through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. And that's, that first application step that we talked about. But really after that, when you apply for MEEP assistance, MEEP assistance is assistance that can further help you after that initial state emergency relief payment. So MEEP assistance, after you're approved for state emergency relief, it's ongoing assistance to make sure that, that we're providing that assistance. Talking about things like LSP or DTE's LSP program or Consumers Care program or Semco's MAP program, those are affordable payment plans. So those are plans that you would reach out to us, we can help you apply for, but that would go through your utility provider so that you have a low fixed monthly payment. Those are dependent on how many utilities that you have with the utility provider. So let's say, you only have electric with DTE, it will be different than if you have electric and gas. And also your income level will help to determine what your set payment would be. But we can, help you estimate what your payment would be if you call that number, and we can get some more information from you and let you know, here's probably the ballpark of what your payment would be per month with your utility provider.
That's great. Well, I know we have time, just kind of one more minute here. I just wanted to ask you if there's anything else you feel like the people listening and watching should know as we're wrapping up here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would just, state again that, now is the time to apply for this assistance. And, if you're watching this right now, and it's not, necessarily if you're feeling that it might not be me that needs the assistance, but if you know somebody else in your network or your family, or, anybody else who might need it, please share this information with them. Let them know that there are programs available, and there's help available out there. So, just share this with them, encourage them to apply. If you're, viewing this on Facebook, share the video and make sure that people that they know about this. And I think that's it.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for questions today. I'm going to now turn it back over to Dr. Hudson.
Thank you, Audrey. And thank you, Sean, again, for joining us and for this helpful information. For those of you that have logged into Zoom, if you look in the chat box, there are a series of different links, phone numbers, in case you didn't get a chance to get it down during the presentation. So we encourage you, please call 211 if you're not sure where to start. And again, that number for MEEP assistance is gone now. I can't see it on the chat box. I'm sorry, Sean, can you say it one more time for the community, please?
Yeah, absolutely. The number for MEEP assistance is 844-211-4994. And that number, you can call it Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Cassie, now I'm ready. Sorry about that. But as I mentioned earlier, if you're in need of assistance of any type, whether it's housing, trying to find diapers, if you need utility assistance, any of the things that we've been talking about in these town halls, you can still call 211, which is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can also go online to unitedwaysem.org/211 if you are experiencing a need. So next week, we know that it's going to be Thanksgiving time, but we are still going to be pushing for two things. One, making sure that we are still communicating with Congress around the need for a COVID-19 relief bill now. We have a number of Michiganders who are out of work. We know that a number of our families still don't have access to food. We're coming into the Thanksgiving week, and also still the need for childcare services as our schools are now shut down for at least the next 3 weeks. And so we're urging you, please call your local Congress person, or you can also go to standwithunitedway.org to take action and to sign on to the different letters that we're sending to our representatives. And lastly, I just wanted to share with you about our next town hall. This is our equity series. And so as you remember, we've been telling you that we'll be having a special focus on equity every month. So next week, we are going to be talking about equity and Black maternal health. We are very pleased that we will have and Ken Gay Browner, who is the organizing director for Mothering Justice, and Chanel Reed, a doula and community health worker at Henry Ford Hospital. And that'll be next Wednesday, the 25th at 10 a.m. If you wish to see any other town halls that we've been hosting now for a good part of this year, you can go to unitedwayscm.org/virtual town halls. And with that, we thank you for tuning in, and we pray that all of you are well, that you continue to stay safe, wear your masks, and stand united. Thank you.